Well, as the DM, I'm going to get the game started here. So, after your last adventure, you separate yourself from the party and decide to go get yourself a drink. So you head to the nearest tavern. The door is closed. What do you do? Well, I kick open the door and enter. What do I see inside? Well, inside the tavern, it's dimly lit but there's a warm fire in the hearth. You see an innkeeper behind the bar, and you can tell he has a rather strange accent. And in the corner, there's only one other patron in the bar. A lone halfling female with stacks of papers around her. She scribbles with a quill. She seems to try to be getting your attention. Well, I will move closer.
Ah, I was hoping you'd come by. Good sir, drinks for my friend and I. Alas, I am a little short. A halfling joke I've heard a lot. Might you be a kindly sort and pay for these, since I cannot?
Of course I can cover the drinks. I am of a good family. The Hardfalls. Of course you've heard of us. Yes.
Poetry, the food of love. Words both fair and true. Tell me, friend, do you enjoy hearing a verse or two?
Of course. I'm a well-read individual, and I fully understand what you just said. DM, am I just supposed to picture them as the two figures out there in front of them? Well, no. I mean, D&D is a game of the imagination. Like, I'm imagining what the tavern looks like, and the halfling sitting there. Just imagine what your character sees, and what the tavern looks like to them. Okay, I'll give it a try, but my imagination isn't that great. I'm not very visual of a person.
Well, all have heard of your recent success in epic tales. But me, I hope to go deeper, learn some new details. I hope to share your life in full, from start to current day. The inside scoop, a true tell-all. So, what do you say?
Of course, yes. Why wouldn't you? All would want to hear the tale of Bucket Hardfall. Now, be sure you spell that correct. It's B-U-C-K-E-T. And Hardfall is just spelled how Hardfall is always spelled. But Bouquet is B-U-C-K-E-T.
Let's start at the dawn of your life. You were a babe in arms. Your parents, were they kind to you, or did they do you harm? Sweet living parents make for poor ballads, it's sad to say. If they were good, perhaps they died in some cruel, tragic way?
Oh, if only they were dead. They underestimated me always. Always with the, Bucket, how can you make these mistakes? Bucket, why did you trade the cow for beans? Bucket, why did you, I mean, Bouquet, why did you make those mistakes?
Yes, I see. Understand. I simply do my best to write compelling openings. Please don't be distressed. When you were young, did others tease you, bully you, poor dear? Or were you much beloved, or source of other children's fear?
No, a great dwarf like myself? I was much loved by my peers. I was a golden god in school. Never did they play the game Kick the Bucket. Next question.
Now, many heroes of the past had destinies, it's said, born beneath a prophecy or curse upon their head. At first, did you believe that you were meant for greater stuff? Some auspicious dream or even wish would be enough?
Yes, of course. But I was not given a chance to show my destiny till they saw the obvious destiny and plucked me from the rabble.
I can work with that. Let's jump a bit ahead. How long was it before you left your home and childhood bed?
Well, let's see. I'm 200 now, so I left home when I was 199.
When you went, how did you feel? Joy or some malaise? Did you hightail it out of there? Reflect with wistful gaze?
To be honest, I was scared to leave, but my patron demanded that I seek out a quest. Also, the others from where I came from were not easy with my new powers. They were jealous. It was jealousy, and nothing I did. Yeah, nothing.
Now is the part in any tale where you'd have learned your trade. You must have had some teacher, trainer, some to give you aid. If not, please dig. Your victories were fated. Every hero has a mentor, even if exaggerated.
I didn't really have a teacher. Guess I would say it was my patron, Jinxie.
What would you call the greatest lesson learned during this time? What skill or understanding would you take into your prime?
Yes, my patron. They taught me to hunt in the darkness, to strike through small openings, sharpen my claws or my weapons when I can, and to sleep in the sunbeams, to stretch out when I can, to eat and to groom myself regularly. We're really focused on the sleeping in sunbeams and eating and grooming. So, odd patron.
And when you now reflect, how do you feel about that stage? Do memories warm your heart, or do they fill you up with rage? Some youths, you know, will look to ballads as they plan what's next. Should we then encourage them to follow in your steps?
When I actually look back at it, I was scared. 12 of us went down into that darkness, and it chose me. I was the only one to walk out. I had these powers and a destiny, but...
When did violence start to rear its head? Struggle and strife? Tell me, what's the first fight that you won in your whole life?
First battle I won, 10 orcs.
Nature has a balance, so each win must have a cost. Tell me also of the first battle you ever lost.
First battle I ever lost was against my sister. We fought to prove our strength, and I let her win. Yeah, I let her win.
Now, I must describe you, how your features are designed, so listeners can picture our bold hero in their mind. Great poets can bring imagery to bear with every line. Describing you will surely help my skills in this field shine. What colour would you call your eyes? For then I could compare their lucid depths to molten honey, spring leaves, or stoneware.
Stoneware? Well, can eyes be stoneware color, or was that just to go with this rhyming thing you seem to be doing? You're rather good at it.
How would you describe your build? A rippling muscled mass? Shapely curves or towering high? A slender blade of grass? We needn't worry quite so much about accuracy. The goal is just to make you sound like quite a sight to see.
Well, I'm your standard-looking dwarf. Big beard, metal helmet, fully decked out in armor with a giant axe. I'm kind of a bluish-purple color, and I only stand at about an inch tall and on a plastic base. Funny, but really, what does your character actually look like? Let's get a real description, okay? Not just what the figure looks like. Thank you. Well, as you can see, I'm in peak physical condition. Rippling muscles, big full beard of a dwarf. Just the pinnacle of dwarven physical perfection.
Now, say a fan who loves my work should happen into you. Might you have a catchphrase or a banner they might view? How could they recognize you if they stumbled across your path, so they could have a portrait made or get an autograph?
Of course I have a catchphrase. Do you think Bucket Hardfall would not have a catchphrase? I mean, everyone will know who I am. You knew who I was right away. Just be sure to, as I said, be sure to spell the name correctly. Bucket. Bouquet.
You should really prepare yourself for fame to come your way. My ballads, well, they top the charts. At least, they will someday. I hear you've lately had a victory of great renown, but every bard will sing of that. I would dig further down. Please think of some past venture that will never leave your mind, that's shaped you, that your memory just cannot leave behind. Victory or tragedy, yes, either will suffice. Winning's good, but it's dramatic if you pay a price. Set the scene. What triggered this adventure at the start? Seeking revenge, some artifact? What made you first take part?
What triggered this was the day I met it. My family wanted me to learn a trade, so had me follow a group of 12 miners into the depth of one of our caves. And that's where we encountered it. It was so black, it was part of the darkness, except its eyes. Big, bright yellow. And then it struck. Its paw came out with its claw extended, and it knocked everyone off the table except for me. Soon I was the only figure left. Person left from the group. Wait. Black Paul? Jinxie? You're describing the game store cat. Well, yeah. To my character, it's a strange ancient creature that from another dimension that at any time can jump up on the table and destroy everything that it sees on the table. I've part of the ancient pact. So why can't it be the game store cat? That's my patron.
Now it's time to introduce the villain of the tale, who stood between your party and your goal, hoping you'd fail.
Stood in my way, a mad beholder by the name of Iris.
And why did they oppose you? What did your foe have to gain? Could they be sympathetic, or do they want to cause pain?
What do beholders always want? Their own protection and to sit assured of their own greatness. Of course, it's not like the greatest thing in the universe.
Now, how did your opponent look? The visuals are something many poets overlook. I hope they had some facial hair. A villainous goatee? Perhaps I'll write they had one. It makes them sound beastly.
Yes, give the beholder a beard. Just add that into the story. That's great. Otherwise, just normal beholder stuff.
I'll share with you a secret, known to writers truly skilled. There must be stakes. Your reader has to think you might be killed. What weakness do you have that might have caused you to be beat? What could have ruined everything and brought on your defeat?
Roll a deception check. Weaknesses? I have no weaknesses.
Now, for the final moments, the dramatic ending scene, I must invoke your senses. What was felt and heard and seen? What can you still remember from the moments at the end? The scent of smoke? The dying wheeze of one you once called friend?
Of course, we're still on the mission. Somehow we got away, but we're still looking to get this thing resolved. But it's still a great story, and I think you can add it. I mean, who doesn't want to hear the story of Bucket Hardfall?
Whew, I really think this poem's headed for acclaim. Soon every hall and tavern will be ringing with my name. I mean, your name. Now, it needs a title. Something noble. Something grand. Do you have a better name? Something not quite so bland? Some call me Clover Honeytongue. Not many, but still some. By what such name would you be known, if you had such a one?
What? Bucket Hardfall's a great name for a hero. I don't see where the issue is. Just put it in there, little halfling. It will sell itself.
Well, this has been delightful. I'm sure this tale will wow. This will be great exposure. Truthfully, you owe me now. I often take commissions, yet I'm writing yours for free. Make sure to tell your friends, in case they'd like such a story. Wait, is that the guard? I actually have to go. I just realized I'm very late for something very important. Goodbye. Must fly.
Guards? Well, I'm getting out of here. Here, I can't afford to get caught. I'm not going to dice jail. Well, hope that you enjoyed that. Not really sure what that was exactly. I went with a cold open because this was a odd one. This video started off as maybe one or two ideas, and then different things came to me and I just decided to try them. Since I didn't put the business stuff in the beginning, the link to the Ginny D's original video will be in the description below, as always. Definitely check it out. These are really fun to do. Either what I did was creative and you liked it, or it was horrible and maybe it'll give you an inspiration that if this idiot can do it and do one of these, maybe you can do one too. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't like or subscribe. Right? Please put comments though, because I like to see what people think of them. But yeah, whatever the hell that was, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Nope.